Guitar Heroes, Eric Andreas, your guitar sage here. Friends, let me ask you, if I could show you one magic pattern, one trick, if you will, that will absolutely revolutionize the way that you think about the guitar neck and music in general, whether you're playing rhythm guitar or lead guitar, does not matter, in every key, would work in every key, in every genre, would you dig that? Well, of course you said yes, but for those hardcore folks that still said no, let me ask you, if this helped with your improvisation, if this helped with your notating, if this helped with your ear training and with your songwriting, would you dig it? Of course you did, my friend, because you're highly intelligent. That's right. And if you did say yes, then please let me show you how to apply this magic pattern to help you understand the guitar much better. Now, this is literally for every guitar player out there, beginner to advanced. I know that to advanced players because I've been teaching and playing for a long time now, over 30 years, and I'm constantly hacking the neck, and this pattern or this idea jumped out at me the other day, and I was like, wow, I've never been taught that, never seen that in a book. It's always right there in front of us, but here you go. I'm going to reveal it to you. Let's do this. My friends, if you're new to watching my videos, then welcome. And if so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are privy to all of these beautiful guitar videos that I provide all the time and all the lifetime memberships that I give away for my Unstoppable Guitar Systems, the thousands of dollars worth of guitar goodies and what have you that I give away every single month. I want to help you, and that's the way I can keep in touch with you. Now, let's get to that lesson. Okay, I promised you a magic pattern that appears all over the fretboard. Here's how it goes. Now I want to tell you something that it took me a long time to actually unravel this. And I know a lot about the guitar neck, a lot about music theory because I'm a hacker. I love hacking things on the neck. So literally 30-something years into playing, I just realized this one thing. No teacher ever taught it to me, and it's just a weird thing, a little weird thing that was never taught. And I suspect that you have not been taught this either then. Here's the rule. Here's the magic pattern that appears all over the fretboard. Wherever there's a major chord, there's always a minor chord 3 half steps behind that major chord. Wherever there's a minor chord, there's a major chord 3 half steps above that. Now, here's the deal. This has been since the beginning of time. It's always been there. We're just identifying it. And a lot of times, my friends, that is what this whole thing is about, is observing something for the first time and going, oh my God, it's been there the whole time. Why didn't I see that? Now, how does this help us? Well, it helps us a lot. Number one, because when you're playing a chord progression, maybe you're writing a song or something like that, and you're looking for a new chord to go to, then instantaneously you will always be able to go to another chord. If you're on a minor chord, you will instantaneously always know where a major chord is. And if you're on a major chord, you will instantaneously always know where a minor chord. This rule works for every single major key on every single instrument since the beginning of time. Amen. Here's how it goes. So check this out. For those of you who know the diatonic structure of music, it's all built off of the major scale. A carpenter has a measuring tape and needs that measuring tape to be able to do his or her job, right? Musicians have the major scale, and that major scale is literally the benchmark or the tape measure or the ruler for measuring music theory and everything else. It's super easy, right? If we were in the key of C, we could say, well, this is C, and this is using the major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If we were in the key of G, it's G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Okay, now we're getting confused, right? It's getting confusing. Let's do this. Let's just call them numbers. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And let's go to G and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Same exact form, I'm just moving it up and down the fretboard, right? Like I cover in my free course that's in the description of this video. In the key of A, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. We always know the key because it's always the 1, right? Easy enough. So now, with that being said, there's a structure to these chords, diatonic, based on the major scale, that the chords go like this: a major 1, a minor 2, a minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7, and back to our 1 again. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, what are you talking about, Eric? That is the fingerprint, the DNA of music. It's not to say that you can't go out of this, but that is the basic structure of all music, or at least the music that you and I are used to listen to. Rock, blues, classical, jazz, yada, 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 okay? Not including Aboriginal music with quarter tones and that sort of thing. We're talking about just the chromatic type of music, or not chromatic type of music, but those that use half steps, okay? It's the basic structure for every single major key, every single minor key on every single instrument since the beginning of time until the end of time, amen. That's just how it works. It's super easy. Major 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7, and a major 1 again, okay? Now, with that being said, watch this. If we are in the key of, doesn't matter, we're going to say this, we're in the key of this, then according to this magic pattern that I'm telling you right now, this should work every single time. Let's prove it. Okay, so watch this. Here's the 1. So Eric, what you're saying is that every single time there's a major chord, I can go back 3 half steps and there's going to be a minor chord, right? Yeah, that's how amazing this is. Watch this. Here's a 1. And we're going to go back 3 half steps. Super easy. Put on your theory hats, kids. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That was hard, wasn't it? That chord should be minor, shouldn't it? Oh, man, it works perfectly in that key, right? 6 minor. Okay, Eric, you're lucky. You got one right, okay? The 6 is minor in a major key. Now, if let's say we take a 4 chord. We said the 4 chord was major. The 1, 4, 5 are major, okay? Those are the chords that appear in like every blues and country song and rock song since the history of ever, okay? Now, here's the 4 chord. So, Eric, what you're saying is if I go back 3 half steps, there should be a minor chord there. Is that correct? Yeah, watch this. 1, 2, 3. And guess what? That's our 2 chord. All right, Eric, you're lucky. Let's go to the 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an E. Doesn't matter. It's a this. And if we go back 3 half steps, Eric, you're saying there's going to be a minor chord there, right? Yeah. Here we go. Watch. 1, 2, 3. What? Yeah, that's the minor third. 1, 2, 3. It's a minor third. So the 1, the 4, and the 5 are major. The good stuff's coming. I hadn't even given you the good stuff yet. So check this out. If we have a 1 chord, then every single time, 1, 2, 3, 3 half steps back, there's our 6 minor. Here's our 4 chord, 3 half steps back, 1, 2, 3. That's our 2 chord, 2 minor. Here's our 5 chord, go 3 half steps back. That's our 3 minor. It works that way every time. Now, what about the minor chords, Eric? Well, we're just going the opposite way, right? We're at the 6 minor, you go up 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3, there's a major chord. If we have a 2 minor, doesn't matter, this one or this one. Let's do this one. If we have a minor chord, we go up 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. That's a major chord. That's the chord that appears there. It's the 4 chord. And if we take our 3 minor chord here, 1, 2, 3, right? That note right there is our 3. And we have a minor chord. Then go up 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. There is our 5 chord. Now, here's where the fun begins, my friends. So not only do these chords appear all over the fretboard like this, the way you can think about this, you can think about it in chords, but then you can also think about it in available melody notes. So you don't even have to know a scale if you wanted to improvise. If you just know 1 chord, if you know that major chord, then you can know the minor form. And if you glue those 2 notes together, then all of a sudden you get all sorts of fun stuff to work with. So let's check this out. So if we were to take, let's say, if you've ever watched my video on the caged system, okay? The caged system is a way of learning the same chord 5 different ways across the neck, right? according to the 5 open chords, C, A, G, E, and D. And we won't go over this all right now, but nonetheless, you kind of need to know these forms. So for instance, a C form moved up the neck, you'd have to play it like this, and it just keeps moving up the fretboard. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch that video on the cage system, okay? I have a whole course for that inside the Unstoppable Guitar System. Here on YouTube, search YourGuitarSage Caged, C-A-G-E-D, and I'll help you out with that, okay? But, so here's where the magic happens. So if, let's say I'm playing this form, we call this the E form because it looks like an E chord, right? We're just playing it as a bar chord. Well, I could also play this as a G form. This is part of the caged system. So I could play this as a G right there. It's not a very fun chord to play, but nonetheless, we're not even caring about the chord. We just want the notes out of it. We're stealing the notes. So, or, doesn't matter. And then we said that if we take all those notes and the notes from the minor chord, then we have, and if we glue all those notes together, then we have something that works in whatever it is that you're working, whatever it is that you're playing. You could do the same thing for the 4 chord, okay? So we said this was the major, the A major, and then this is our 6th chord. This is the 1 chord, this is the 6th chord, okay? I know I'm going fast here, right? For those of you that are a little bit more advanced, you can always slow this down. And now on YouTube, you can rewind it and start it over, watch it over again, okay? No more just having to watch videos one time. You can watch them as many times as you want, huh? The magic of YouTube. So that's our 1 chord. Here's the 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, the 4 chord. And so we're going to use this form. We're going to use the C form. I'm calling it the C form because it looks like the C chord, right? The only thing I'm doing is I'm just moving it up. Now, if we wanted to play the notes in a particular key, we could play those notes that are in that chord. A nice little arpeggio there. But we could also play these notes. Okay, so either one of those would work. Now, when you combine that with what we just did on the other chord, now you have 4 chords that you could pull notes out of. Same thing with a 5 chord. We could move this whole thing up. We got those 2 forms. And literally, when you do this, you end up finding all the notes for the scale anyhow. Friends, this is the DNA. This is the behind-the-scenes stuff, right? That they never explain. It's the stuff that you stumble across after many years of playing. And this is the stuff that allows you to see music in a way that you haven't seen it before. It's yet another angle. I always say it's compared to if you have a 3-dimensional something, say a statue, and you're looking at it from one angle and it looks like something. And then you go around and you're like, oh, wow, I had no idea. Wow, that looks amazing. As opposed to something 2-dimensional. When we look, we take a concept and we look around it from all these different angles, we can see so much more in it than just this one angle, okay? So that's what you want to understand about that. Now, you could do this with any major or minor form that you can think of. It will work 100% of the time, every single time, every single key. It's just a rule that works. And now that you know it, you've got that power, boop, right inside of you. So for instance, if you know that this is a major form, which it is, it's just like our D form, right? I picked that for no apparent reason. So basically, I'm saying if you take this and you play it minor, down 3 half steps, it'll work. So here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, but we're going to make it minor. See how those nicely work? You can do this with anything. Doesn't matter. Let's take this triad. Okay, here's major. We're going to go down 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3, but we're going to make it minor. You can use this while soloing. You can use it while coming up with new chords. And friends, this is going to magically open things up for you. Now, let's talk about chord substitution. And before we do that, my friends, let's do this. Are you enjoying this video? Because if you are, please hit thumbs up right now, because that shows me that you care. It shows me that you like this free information and that it's helping you. So please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Also, leave your comments below. Did this blow your mind like it blew my mind the first time I saw it? Leave those comments below. I would love to know more about it. Okay, we're going to get to chord substitution in just one moment here. But please do that. That'll let me know that, that I'm helping you, okay? Chord substitution. Now, jazz players know this, but it's more like it's more like something that they understand, but the ease of just going 3 half steps down every single time eludes some of them, okay? And so with this, you got the same rules, but you can just use this pattern really super quickly. Now, what do we mean chord substitution? Well, especially in jazz, but in other genres as well, what happens is that you can substitute or use in lieu of another chord to create a different sound or to move the music in a different way. And I'll tell you why that is. If you analyze relative major and minor, I have a video for that on YouTube. Relative major and minor, what that is, it's the relationship of a major key and a minor key. Think about it as 2 people on Facebook who are disagreeing about something. I know this never happens, but let's just say it did. 2 people disagreeing. They're talking about politics, right? And they're talking about the same stuff. Maybe it's war, guns, and freedom and tanks and blah, blah, blah. And over here they're going guns and tanks and freedom and blah, 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 blah. And they're saying it in different ways so that they're saying the exact same thing, but they're coming from different angles, okay? Relative major and minor is the same way when we're talking about music. Talking about the same exact notes, the same exact chords, but the tonal center is different. So if you take in the key of A major, the relative minor would be 3 half steps below it. And what we're doing here is with the chords, but we're not doing it with just the tonal center. We're doing it with all the chords because it works that well. Okay. But chord substitution says this. Remember, we got these related keys, relative major and minor. Well, the same thing is true with these chords. So, for instance, if you take the key of C major and you take C, the chord C, you have C, E, and G. Those are the chords the notes that make up a C major chord. C, E, and G. Remember those. C, E, G. Keg. Okay? Now, if we take an A minor chord, which is 3 half steps below it, should be a minor chord, right? The notes are this. A, E, and C. A, C, and E. Ace. Well, what do you notice about 2 of those? If you see them on paper, you'll notice that the A and the C, I'm sorry, the C and the E are the same. They're in both of those chords, okay? I'm going somewhere with this. The C and the E are in both of those chords. What does that mean, Eric? That means that they're so related that you can use them as a substitute. What? Mind blown. I know, this video has gotten way too long, so I don't want to continue. Otherwise, your mind's going to be just in the back of the studio, and I don't want that. I care for you. Okay, friends, I care so much about you. I really honestly do, and I want you to learn how to play guitar. This is my love, is playing guitar and helping the world out in some way, and in some little tiny way, I think I can help. I have lots of stuff for you for free. Check out the free course that's in the description of this video, YourGuitarSage.com/30. Literally, the 30 most important lessons that you'll ever take in your life. I'm serious about that because they're building a foundation, and without a foundation, you can't build a building, can you? No. The answer is no, you cannot. So these essential 30 lessons are the most important lessons that you will ever take in your life. Doesn't matter what genre, it doesn't matter what it is that you're trying to do on the guitar. Everything that I'm going to be teaching in this free series is something that every guitar player should know. Not only that, I've had about 150,000 people go through this program already. Folks that have been playing longer than I have, they've been playing 30, 40 years, and they've gone through this, and they said, I cannot even believe that my guitar teachers did not teach me this, and I've been going for 30, 40 years and didn't know this stuff. That's crazy. So take advantage of it, or visit me here in Nashville. I'll charge you about $1,000. It'll take about 30 weeks, or you literally can click on the link that's right there in the description. Friends, I'm here for you. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all the places where the kids hang out. And we do so many cool things over there. Giveaways, live broadcasts, you name it, we're doing fun stuff, okay? So please let me know how I can help you. That's what I'm here for. Friends, as always, be kind to all beings. Do the right thing. Always. Practice your guitar, and I'll see you in another video.